What's up, y'all? My name is Oniel, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. I like that. We're gonna play with that. But why am I here, right? So I have a podcast called O'Neill's Infinity Transmissions, and it's right now, before this video drops, is exclusive to Spotify. I had some technical difficulties with Apple Podcasts, so where I couldn't put the podcast on there. So then my intuition was like, just make YouTube videos. Everybody uses YouTube. Just hop on this motherfucker and talk, right? So that's why I'm here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking O'Neill's Infinity Transmissions, the podcast, and it's just my YouTube channel. Oniel Rolando Jr., right? That's my website and that's my YouTube channel. So all the stuff that I was gonna basically bring to that podcast, I'm just gonna do it in video format anyway. It's just a lot easier. It's easier to streamline right to YouTube. So we're gonna get into it. Now, usually on that podcast, I share like what I'm currently experiencing. So I'm in this phase right now. First of all, I got a new couch. Hold on. I got a new couch. Not only is it a new couch, right? It's the exact couch I had on my vision board like 4 years ago. Before I moved out for the first time, I had this couch, I want this burnt orange couch. Like, it's the exact color. It's a little bit better given that it has a chase to it. So I'm super happy about that. So that's one thing. Another thing is I'm nearing the end of working at my job that I've been at for 2 years. And it's kind of hitting me now that like the people I've been seeing aren't going to be everyday people. It's kind of hitting me that I'm going on new adventures and just being more explorative with how I make my money. And I'm excited because I feel like this last chapter of my life taught me to be open to being risky. And there's the dark side to risk, which is like, you're doing it from a shadow element. But then there's like the positive side to risk, where it's like you're doing it basically stepping into the unknown, like stepping into what life is calling you to do and how big and juicy life is calling you to be, right? So I'm in this place of just like, I don't want to talk about stupid shit. I don't really want to parlay with people I'm not really locking in with right now. I'm more so taking my time to get to know the new people that are here, but I'm also being very protective of myself. And not from the sense of my heart's not open, because in the past I feel like my heart wasn't really open or I wasn't really emotionally available. But now I'm saying to myself, like, I actually just don't want to fuck with y'all like that. Anyway, so, I just came on here real quick. I'm going to pull a card from the Starseed Oracle deck. I haven't pulled one from here in a while, but last time I did, I shuffled, so we should be good. I'm going to just hit it with a quick shuffle, though. I'm going to a reading with a client today, and I think this is I've done readings in person before, because during the pandemic, I did them, of course, digitally, mostly. But I think this is the first time like I met somebody out and I'm doing a reading for them via appointment, but like in person. So I'm super excited for that. It's gonna be a vibe, actually. I'm feeling this big energy from the Sagittarius full moon. The Sagittarius full moon is giving me really strong independence vibes. It's giving me this energy of like, look, this is the truth. This is how I'm going to carry myself in accordance with that truth. This is what I value. These are my boundaries. And even though, yes, spiritually we are one, in this reality, I'm me. We might be one on a higher dimension, but in this reality, I'm me. And that's so important because it's like there's so much toxic spirituality out there that makes you feel like you gotta surrender your whole autonomy, surrender your ego, kill it. And it's like, you go ahead and keep trying to kill your ego, and it's just gonna be a cycle of self-hatred because it's also a part of you. So it's like honoring your ego, leveling them up, and bridging heaven and earth literally through you, the sacred vessel. That's what we're here for, at least if you choose to be. I'm also in this phase of my life where my life philosophy is my own. Like, I'm not even really looking for meaning anymore. Like, the meaning of life would really send me into an existential crisis so many times. But now I'm just kind of like, okay, let's entertain the idea that life doesn't mean anything. If life doesn't mean anything, then that means that I am the one that brings forth meaning. So that means that I'm even more free to do whatever I choose and however I choose to live, especially because I trust myself to do that within the boundaries of my own integrity and values, right? So the two cards that I pulled, I think I'm gonna pick up the last one. We'll just do three. Today has very big three energy to me. Today's Jupiter day. Like I said, the full moon in Sagittarius is today. I like the messages that I'm getting. So the first one that I pulled was Weight of the World, right? What does that say? Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Okay. The second one I pulled is Child of the Cosmos. Catch that artwork though. I love this deck. It's so pretty. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. And then the last thing me I pull, the Blue Flame. And then it's Spontaneous Awakening, Activation, Integration Time. So there's this theme I feel like I've been living out, which is, I'm reluctant to call it a duality, but it's more so like this sacred middle ground, where I'm letting go, but I'm gaining so much. Or this thing broke my heart, but it opened the path to my greatest future. It's like holding the pain and holding strife while also being able to hold peace and hold new life. And with that, I feel like definitely has been impacted by that eclipse energy that we were in. I think it was like March, April. This is really not the time to play. Like, it's time to take action. You know, I feel like we've been in this collective womb, so to speak, especially myself, where I'm gathering information from within myself. I'm rebirthing myself. That means I'm taking energies within me and upgrading them so that they are matching how I, on a soul level, have completed my lessons, cleared my karma, and jumped to new timelines, right? So it's like, that's why I posted that long form article on my website, onielrolandojr.com, called The Power of Internal Consistency. Because when you're being internally consistent, you may not see results on that reflecting in reality for years. And so it's up to you to validate yourself, to promote yourself, to lock into yourself enough to know that what you're doing has value and it's for your highest good. And not just waiting for life to transform, but being the source of your own validation, consistency, and being the motivation. The motivating factor, is you, right? So spontaneous awakening, it's like, it's spontaneous, but also there are seeds that have been planted like maybe a decade ago in my life that I'm just now like cycling back to. There's lessons and experiences that I've had that now they're coming back around, or I don't know if it's just me, right? It probably isn't, because I feel called to say this, but I'll have like a memory, but I'll feel the memory. It won't like pop in my brain. Maybe an image will, but I'll feel it first. And it'll be like, man, like that was a good time in my life. And then I'll feel that way again in the present, but it's like an upgraded version of it. So it's like, I had this idea recently about people and cycles in life. Because for me, it's like, when I'm going through cycles in life, I'm going through them consciously. So when pain shows up, when, triggers show up, I'm being as conscious as I can be to clear that, level up, so that when life cycles back around again, I'm not scrambling like I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on because I lived through it and I'm paying attention, right? So Some people don't choose to live that way though. Some people are in cycles where they'll stay in that loop and they'll stay stuck. And it's up to you to know and discern when to let somebody go and when to let go of things that are really not serving you. Not serving you just means that you're repeating old shit time and time again with no real intentional inclination to move beyond it. Because we cycle through life all the time. Like we cycle, we experience things again and again all the time. But the nuance and the caveat to it is, are you new when you're looking at the old thing, or are you old believing that the old thing is all that there is? You feel me? So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This week is gonna be blessed. This week feels very fortunate. I love the Jupiter energy, which honestly isn't just miracles. The Jupiter energy is really starting to feel like, be real with yourself. Be honest. Be honest about what you want so that you don't play yourself into believing that you should settle for something less than what you want. And I'll be back every Thursday, you know. I have more like topics that I want to soak into, and like there's some research that I want to do for those topics. Like one video I have planned is just an overview of how to reprogram the subconscious mind, because that really helped me a lot in my life. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. This was just like, you know, a little church announcements, a little pop up on the scene real quick. But much love to y'all. Tune in every Thursday and I'll be back. Peace.